Y'all, it is hot as hell down here in Texas. And I know it's hot or hotter in some places. It's 109, even for Central Texas, that's hot. So I haven't been outside much. I'm an outside person and I've really been sad about it. So even I, a summer lover, a total summer worshiper, I'm looking forward to fall. I'm looking forward to Halloween. I bought fall decorations at the grocery store the other day. And when people start looking forward to fall and they start talking about pumpkin spice and football games and sharing their photos of decorations, now is the time for you to start thinking about what you can do, what changes you can make to ensure that your previous guests and your future guests and the people who are looking at your property on the listing sites, how they know what kind of experience they can get from you if they book from you this fall or winter. So stay tuned for this episode all about marketing and getting your property ready for fall bookings. Hey there, you're listening to the Savvy Host Podcast. If you're a vacation rental host struggling with branding, marketing, automations, and well, all the things, then you're in the right place. I'm Jodi Bourne, a vacation rental coach, marketing strategist, and a guest at more than 50 vacation rentals and counting. And I'm excited to open the door to my office, share practical tips, tools, and strategies that will help you differentiate your property, attract more bookings, and create raving fans. So if you're ready to become a savvy host, let's hang out. There is a reason that stores start decorating for fall and for other seasonal holidays, for Christmas and for winter and for spring break and beach season. There's a reason for that. It's subliminal messaging. It makes people realize that it's coming. It makes people anticipate. It makes them spend more time shopping and thinking and planning. It works for all sorts of retail, and you can do that too. You can do that with your listing. You can do that by the images and videos that you're sharing, the words that you're using. I'm going to go through several different things you can do to make them stand out as different and more marketable. I'm going to talk about amenities that you can add or update, headlines and calls to action, photos and video ideas, email marketing ideas, and ways you can optimize your social media. So I've got a lot going on in this episode. I'm going to get right to it. Everybody, it seems, has a coffee bar now or some sort of coffee station. Liven it up and get it ready for fall. Show some flavored coffees, several different varieties of hot cocoa, a variety of teas. Get an electric tea kettle. Maybe get some apple cider and add those yummy, delicious creamers, Irish cream and pumpkin spice. Get all that together near your coffee pot and make it look like a special thing. Just having a coffee pot and a Keurig side by side on the kitchen cabinet, that's great. Those are amenities that everybody wants to have. But it's super easy just to add a little bit of flair by providing a few extras. And it doesn't have to cost that much. You might want to also consider adding a small coffee bar upstairs or downstairs, depending on where your kitchen is. We stayed at a property last summer and my parents were on the bottom floor, but the kitchen and dining area and living area were on the second floor. And they had a coffee bar right outside of my parents' bedroom, just a Keurig with all the different coffees and things. It was great for my parents who could get up in the morning, get their coffee, go out on their balcony right there at their bedroom. So if you have a property where you have an upstairs and a downstairs, it's a good idea to add coffee bar where people can enjoy their coffee away from the rest of the group. Another thing you can do is get cozy throws and stage them around your house, on the sofa, on the beds. People, when they see those throws, it automatically makes them think of cuddling and being cozy. It's just subliminal messaging. If you have fire pit outside, get some of those big warm Mexican blankets and lay those out over the chairs. You might also want to think about updating your game collection. In the fall, the days get shorter. Obviously, it gets dark outside and families start thinking about things that they can do inside. Games are so much fun, but think beyond just a Monopoly board. I've been to so many places that all they have is like Monopoly and Scrabble. Think about some games that people can play together out on the lawn, but also maybe could bring inside. the large dice, Jenga, the big Connect Four. Be sure and get footballs and get the Nerf footballs and regular football. The point is you're going to get these things and you're going to take pictures and video. Don't just get them and forget about them and stick them in a corner. The purpose of all of these amenities that I'm telling you about is you want to get them so that you can market them. Another thing that you can do that I personally love, if you have a place where people can get together and watch the games, watch sports, is get ESPN, get the NFL Sunday Ticket, get some of the college channels like the SEC channel, depending on where you are. If your target market is families, then I guarantee you that somebody in that family wants to watch a football game this fall while they're staying at your property. So show them how they can do that. If you have large TVs, it's a great opportunity to put a picture of a football game on the large TV. Then when you have all these things done, you want to mention and you want to add value to the people who may potentially book your home. You want to mention that you have 10 different varieties of teas, several of the creamers or apple cider. Maybe you want to mention that you give free firewood for the fireplace and the fire pit. Maybe you have fresh eggs, maybe wine tasting coupons. You want to make sure that all of that value is mentioned in the headlines, in the listing descriptions. One thing you want to do is you want to decorate for fall, depending on where you are, what kind of decorations you want to do. Maybe that's just a nice wreath with a little bit of fall decor in the entryway. You can go all out, hay bales or whatever, pumpkins everywhere. You don't want to go crazy. You want to be tasteful. Check out a few things on Pinterest if you need help. The key to all of this is to get photos and get videos. You want photos to update your listing. You want to update your website. You want to update your social media, videos on social media in your Facebook and Instagram stories, just reels for your Instagram. If you haven't done that yet, you really need to start thinking about how you can use video better because it is really becoming essential to standing out. Walk through your property very slowly with your phone camera. You want landscape view, that's the long view, but you also want plenty of up and down, the portrait views. You want to walk through slowly. Take shorter clips, 30-second clips. Take a clip of you coming into the entryway of the property and seeing your fall wreath on the door and the door opening. Maybe take videos of the sofa with the new throws on it or a fire in the fireplace or in the fire pit. Think about 20-second, 30-second clips rather than long videos. This is called B-roll. What that means, this is just footage that you're going to use over and over again in little clips. Then you can talk over it when you're sharing the clip. So when you create a reel in Instagram or a TikTok, you can create it and then talk over this background video. When you're recording, you want to move things around a bit. Like you may have a throw across a couch. Then maybe you have it across the end of the armchair. Think about things like that. Be sure and turn lamps on and off. Show the different views. Show what it looks like in sunset, in the daytime, in the nighttime. Romantic bedroom shots. All of these things. You may even think about having people there at the extras. Ask a friend to come over and act out some of your ideas. Maybe have somebody in the rocking chair on the porch. Kids playing in the yard with the football. A group of couples gathered around the fire pit. A family playing a board game at the table. Dogs running in the yard or sleeping in the sun. There's so many opportunities for some great videos. If you're in an area where it's raining and that's part of that cozy feel, take a video of the rain or the snow falling outside of a large window. Maybe you have a book and a mug in front of the fireplace or on the corner on a side table. Fall leaves on the trees. If your view includes any changing leaf color, you definitely want those photos. Maybe it's from the balcony. Maybe it's just from big picture window. Whatever that is. Maybe show stacks of firewood on the snowy front porch. And this is a great way to show off your hospitality. You're sharing with people. If you've checked into my Instagram action plan, I talk about sharing your hospitality on Instagram quite a bit in that. So this is a good opportunity to take these videos and share them on Instagram. share them on Facebook, share them in your email marketing, and put some of these, like I said, take big photos too. Create a shot list, flip through, do some research on Pinterest, do some research on Instagram, and you can get ideas and you can create this shot list of what you want. And I know this sounds a little intimidating if you've never done it before, but I promise if you just start looking at what other people are doing, look at interior designers. Those are the kind of people that you can look at what they're doing and you can see how they do it. Then go to Airbnb and VRB Facebook or YouTube channel. They are really good at advertising. So one thing you definitely want to do is change out your headlines on your OTA listings. It's crazy to me that people don't change out their headlines seasonally. You need to be sure that in your headlines, you talk about how close you are to the hiking. You want to focus on fall events. Is that if you're in a football town or concerts that are coming up? You can change out your headline daily, weekly. Go in there and make changes. Maybe a headline would be, watch the game on our 72-inch TV. Enjoy downtown Austin in the off-season. Empty beaches are here. Visit and explore our empty beaches. Our fireplace is waiting for your family movie night. Add value. Mention free firewood and fire pit or discounted lift tickets. Anything that you could add to your headline that is different from your competition. Go look at your competition. Think of how you can be different. What is your differentiator? And put that in your headlines. Make some noise with your headlines. You can also, in your headlines, remind people that you're booking. So if you can say booking for the holidays, booking for ski season, that plants this idea in people's heads that you're already booking, they better make a decision. My husband and I are looking for a place in Caddo Lake in Northeast Texas where he grew up. We're going to go fishing and we're going to a family reunion in October. And we've been looking at properties already and we found a property that we love. And the very first line of their listing description, not their headline, but the listing description says, "We book quickly. Take advantage if your dates are open." That's in the first line of their listing description. If that had not been in their listing description that they book up, then we wouldn't have contacted them right away. We would have just put it in our wish list. We just would have taken note of it. So those things definitely work. Now, you have to back it up. They have to click on your calendar and see that maybe you do have some bookings already, but it's just a good idea of something that you can do to add that subliminal messaging that fall is a great season for you. Don't let them think that just because it's an off season that they don't have to take action. Now, own your social media. What can you do to optimize for the season? I already talked about videos and creating reels. Other things that you can do, like on Facebook, change out your cover photo. That's the big image that goes at the top of your Facebook page. You can share autumn highlights. If you go into Canva, there's a whole bunch of different templates that you can use to share multiple views, multiple photos. You want to be sure that you're sharing your property's USP. That's your differentiator. In Facebook, create a new photo album. So go into Facebook, click on photos, click on create album, and create an album just of fall photos. Everybody that follows you will see that you have this new album. Photo albums get a lot of views, and then you can continually share that. You can pin it to the top of your page. You can share it in other ways. So what that means is if it's pinned and then somebody comes to your Facebook page, it's the first thing that they're going to see at the top if you have your page optimized for that. Use fall colored background images. Be subtle. You don't want to go all out with orange and everything. You don't want to go crazy, but you can go into Canva, go into some of the apps. There's one that I really love called Coolers. I'll put it in the show notes. You can go into that and you can deepen your color scheme just a little bit. So again, you've got that subliminal messaging in your imagery. Now on Instagram, you want to also just start sharing all of your reels that you're creating with your B-roll video. You want to do stories where you're talking about the things to do in the fall. You can also start doing like an itinerary. Like maybe every Monday you're sharing your favorite fall hike. You're sharing the football calendar and which dates you still have available for football and reminding people about your big screen TV. Share holiday happenings. Share ideas for things for people to do in the winter or in the fall if it's cooler. There's lots that you can do with your social media to get people in the mood for fall. Follow some of the bigger accounts and see what they're doing. If you are marketing to your previous guests via email, if you have MailChimp or ConvertKit, this is a great opportunity, especially if you've updated your amenities or your decor, gotten some new photos. This is a great opportunity for you to share that in your email. Share that you now have a coffee bar in the downstairs area, or that you've added firewood as part of your amenities package, or that you now have cozy blankets by the fire pit, whatever it is. Think about what you've added. Think about how you've upgraded. And that's a great reason to send an email to all of your previous guests and let them know you've got a new experience, or just remind them of what's going on in fall. Another thing you might want to think about doing in your email marketing is to have a Black Friday sale or an end of season sale. I know you may not want to give discounts, but if you're hurting for bookings or if you're worried about your calendar not filling up, there's no reason. Everybody else is having a Black Friday sale. There's no reason that you shouldn't. Everybody else has clearance sales. There's no reason that you can't do that. A clearance sale would be if you have fill-in dates. So a clearance sale would be, let's say your October is already booked, but you're trying to fill in one weekend. Send out an email, whatever your booking window is. If it's 3 weeks away, send out an email 2 weeks away and just say fall clearance or last minute getaway discount, something that encourages people to open up the email and see what it is. When I have done this with clients in the past, what we've done is picked several dates over the coming couple of months and highlighted those particular dates, and then found something nearby that there was to do. The art festival's coming up and we have 3 dates during the week. You can book now for 20% off. Maybe your Black Friday sale could be the same. You could sell your fall dates, your winter dates, or you could just say, book now and save over next summer because we're going to be raising our prices next summer. And so now is your opportunity to go ahead and book in May and June. And remember, you can have blackout dates when you send these emails out. You don't have to open up your 4th of July at the same rate it is this year. Just have it, show it as already being booked. Or you can just say it's not good for holidays or it's not good for certain weeks. There's blackout dates, whatever it is. If you're still relying on OTA bookings, the most important thing that you can do is change out your photos to showcase either new amenities or to showcase the fall, the feelings of fall, the fall decor or the fall views or anything that gives people that cozy feeling. Change out your headline, change out the first little snippet, the first couple of sentences. Be sure and update with why they should stay with you, why they should choose you this fall. Remind them or just be sure and add all of your new amenities or the upgrades and updates you've made. Then in the location details, you may want to talk about some of the upcoming fall and seasonal events that you're nearby or that are happening in your area. That's in your OTA listing description. On your website, if you have a lot of website traffic, it's just as important to change out your photo album, change to a selection of fall themed photos. If you have an entire photo gallery of fall themed, I wouldn't use it all in your listing because you still want people who are thinking about winter or thinking about next summer to see what it looks like then, but you do want to update a good portion of your photo. If you understand SEO, then you may want to think about changing out your meta description on Google. I'm not going to go through what all of that means. You either understand it or you don't. It's your meta description should be a call to action, and you can change that out seasonally. Your action item, if you're still here with me, look at your event calendar for the next 4 months and anything that is coming up Start marketing those now. Maybe you even share the entire calendar on your website. Create a graphic for Instagram. Your carousel post is a different date for a different event, and then talk about how they can book with you by clicking the link in your profile. Start talking about those things now. Christmas light displays, school breaks, what's going on, shopping, concerts, football games, festivals, Oktoberfest, wine festivals, seasonal hiking trails, anything seasonal that gets people in the mood. Start talking about that on your social media today. Second action item is if you're emailing previous guests, then send an email and let them know why they should book with you this fall, and let them know of any updates that you've made or are planning to make to your property so that they will have an amazing fall getaway. And then third action item, I've gone over it. Change out your listing photos and update your headline and description as soon as possible. Another action item is you can sign up for my live group. It's all about marketing strategy, destination marketing. I'm giving you lots of tips and ideas, but how do you put things together so that it's an actual cohesive marketing plan? I've done this several times. I believe this will be my 5th or 6th time that I've done this group coaching. You can join the waitlist, jodibourne.com/waitlist. That'll be in the show notes as well. I would love to have you join me for this. It's going to start in October. It lasts 6 full months. You get group lessons, support, videos. It's a lot of fun. You'll be in a group with all the same people, so you'll get to know other hosts and where they are and the struggles that they're facing. You'll get to see what they're doing. I give feedback on all the homework, and we really become a group that's focused on up-leveling your marketing. So I would love to see you there. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you put some of this into place. Email me or send me a DM or tag me on Instagram if you make any of these changes. I would so love to see what you're doing, what changes you've made. If I've sparked any ideas, helped you in any way, I would love if you could also leave a review for this podcast, because I have gotten a few reviews, and I got a negative one last week and it broke my little heart. And the positive reviews make me so happy, like ecstatic. I call my husband. I'm so excited. So if you have positive words to say, please share them. And if you have negative words to say, well, you can just KMA, if you know what I mean. Okay, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.